welcome back to Evolve, day 16. We're going to begin seated in a full pigeon. We're going to lay the right shin right on top of the left, so it's a perfect triangle. If you have a big space here, you can use a block or a rolled up towel or a throw pillow to fill in that space. Just something so that that knee is not hovering in the air. You want it to be relaxed. Just like you want yourself to be relaxed. Let's sit up nice and tall, nice straight spine, shoulders down, nice long neck. We're going to close our eyes for a moment. And we're going to take a few deep breaths, becoming present on the mat, doing our best to leave any stress off of the mat for the next 30 minutes. If you'd like to set an intention for your practice as we breathe, feel free. Maybe you want to offer this practice to someone or something special in your life. We're going to breathe to the count of 4 as we inhale, and we're going to exhale to the count of 8. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose, and exhale. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale. Last one. Let's gently open up the eyes. We're going to reach the arms overhead. Big inhale, hands come together. As we exhale, bring the hands to the back of your neck. Open up that chest and reach those hands up to the sky. Bring them back. Reach the arms up as we inhale. Exhale, hands come to the back of the neck. Open up that chest. Reach the arms to the sky. Bring them back down. One more time, breathe in. Hands come together. We exhale. Hands come to the back of the neck, opening up that chest. And bring those hands to the sky and bring them back down. Bring the fingertips to your shoulders. We're going to open up the chest. Inhale. Exhale. Elbows touch, chin to chest. Open it up. Inhale. Exhale. Elbows touch. Open it up. Inhale. Exhale, elbows touch. Come back to neutral and just row the boat, warming up through the shoulders and the upper back, and reverse. And we're going to bring those arms out, tap the shoulders, bring them out, tap, bring them out. Tap, bring them out, face the hands down, and we're going to just do little baby circles like you did when you were a kid, pretending you were an airplane. We just want to warm up, reverse your circles. We want to warm up the body, just making it more loose and limber, getting heat through the muscles so that we don't hurt ourselves. Bring those arms down. Right arm comes out. We're going to stretch it over in front of the chest. Link the left arm around the right arm and pull it in. If you have a bend in the elbow, that's absolutely fine. I find that I can't have my arm straight in this position. It's very awkward. And I don't want that. We just want to stretch. And let's bring that right arm out. Bring it in towards the chest. Link the right arm. Should feel really good in the upper arm and the shoulder. And release. We're going to stretch through the wrists. So let's bring those 4 fingers on the right hand and pull them towards our forearm. I like to call this Spider-Man stretch. Like you're spraying out your webs I'm not a Spider-Man, you know, aficionado, but that much I know. And let's take it over. And this time we bring it back under. And do a couple wrist rolls. Reverse. And let's take it to the other side. Spider-Man stretch. Pew, 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 pew. Kidding. And let's take it over. And one more time under. And do a couple wrist circles. And reverse. Just wiggle the fingers a little bit, warm those guys up. The phalanges, is that right? That's the technical term, I guess. All right, shake it out. Let's walk that right hand over, open up through that chest. Keep both sits bones on the mat as we bring left arm over left ear. Feeling a nice side stretch. Warming up the spine. This time left hand comes over. We open the chest as the right arm comes over right ear. And come on up. Hands on your knees. We're going to do a seated cat-cow. So we open that chest and then we round. We open. We round. Open and round. One more time. And come back to neutral. We're going to twist over to the right. Look over the right shoulder. And come through center. Twist over to the left. Look over that shoulder. All right, I think we're nice and warmed up, at least on the upper part of our body. Let's come into a tabletop. Lift the belly button towards the spine. We're going to sit back in a child's pose. We're going to round through as we come forward and then open up the chest into cobra. So we round through to sit back, round through forward, open up the chest, sit back in your child's pose, round through, opening up through the chest, shoulders down and away from the ears. You can start to add the breath in here. Let's do it one more time. And come back to neutral. From here, we're going to curl those toes under as we lift the belly button. So we're about an inch off the floor, and we're going to step up right behind each hand, coming into Malasana or a yogic squat. We're going to grab the left ankle with our right hand and twist open, left arm to the sky, and then we switch. Now we twist open, right arm to the sky, grabbing onto the right ankle with the left hand. Hands back down, and we come back to tabletop. Curling the toes under, we lift the hips to our first down dog. Pedal through those feet. This is where we're stretching through the legs and the feet and the ankles and the toes. Take a deep breath. We're working on unknotting the knotted energy in our bodies. So as we stretch up the body, by the end of practice, our good energy, or prana, will be flowing through us freely and smoothly. And that's where we get the nice euphoric feeling from. Let's lift the tailbone towards the sky. Maybe you have a bend in your knees here. And we're going to round forward into a plank. And from here, we're going to come right into a pigeon. Slide back on that back leg. And we're going to lift the hands off the mat. And then come back up. So you should really feel that hip opening up when you lift the hands, lean forward slightly, and come back up. We're going to do it 3 times. And then we're going to curl the toes under and come back to a high plank. And then we take it to the other side. Slide back on the back leg. We lift and lean. Come back up. Lift and lean. Come back up. One more time. Curl the toes under. Come back to a high plank. And then downward dog. Take a deep breath as you pedal. So our peak pose today is splits. I highly recommend having a block, especially for practicing splits. If you don't have one, a throw pillow will work. So we're going to be working up towards splits towards the end of practice. Let's bring that right leg up, 3-legged dog, breathe in. Exhale, we're going to step it up. Bring that knee to chest, give yourself some height. Flex that foot, and we're going to lower down on that back leg. Hands come in line with that ankle, and we sink into that front hip. Opening up through the hip flexors. And then we come back to our runner's lunge. Here, we're not sitting back. I don't want you to do that because you're going to hurt your knee. You want to keep that height, keeping a nice long spine. You can even have a bend in that knee, flexing the foot. And you're still going to get just as good of a stretch, keeping the height. Come back, sink. And runner's lunge again. And the further up your hands are, the more of a stretch you get too. We're going to curl the back toes, frame the front foot, slide back to our high plank, and we chaturanga. So, you can drop your knees down. You can drop one knee down. You can use blocks in front of your hands. We're going to take a deep breath in, come forward. Exhale, lower. Elbows in at your side, flip the feet. Open it up, shoulders down and away from the ears. Our legs are suspended. We bend the knees, we curl one toe, then the other. Come back to your down dog. Pedal through the feet. That's just to keep those legs nice and warm and stretched and limber. Tailbone reaches for the sky. We inhale, left leg, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to chest, give yourself some height. Step it up, lower on that back foot. And hands come in line with that ankle as we sink forward in our low lunge. And we come back, runner's lunge, foot is flexed, keeping height. Come back to your low lunge, sink into that front hip, and come back to your runner's lunge. Back to neutral, frame the front foot, pop up on the back, come into high plank. Chaturanga. Again, use the modifications, or come forward, inhale, exhale, lower. Arms should be at a perfect 90-degree angle when you come down. Chest is open here, shoulders down. We bend the knees, we curl one toe, then the other. Take a deep breath in your down dog. Tailbone to the sky. Right leg comes high, deep breath in. Exhale, we step it up, give yourself some height. Keep the back leg lifted. From here, we're going to straighten on that front leg, flexing that foot, and then we sink into that front hip. Straighten, flexing, sinking into that front hip. Straighten and flex, and then we sink. Frame the front foot, slide that leg back, come into your high plank. From here, we inhale, exhale, we bring that knee to chest, come into your pigeon, and let's walk those hands forward. Maybe you stay up on the forearms here. Maybe you continue all the way down. Again, in your pigeon pose, the knee is facing the right side of your mat, not the front of your mat. If you need to bring that foot out or in towards the body for a more comfortable pigeon, just play around with it. And let's walk it up. From here, we're coming right back to our plank. So we lift, slide that leg back. Lift the left knee here, drop down, slide back on that back leg. Again, you can come down to the forearms or all the way down. Hips are square to the front. Left knee is facing the left of the mat. Play around, maybe your foot needs to come out, maybe it needs to come in. So it's comfortable and all you feel is a nice deep stretch. One more breath, and let's walk it up. We're gonna come right back to our high plank, so slide that leg back, and right to downward dog, paddle the feet. Take a deep breath. One more deep breath. Tailbone towards the sky. This time, left leg comes high, big inhale. Exhale, we give ourselves some height as we step it up. Stay lifted on that back leg. We're gonna straighten and flex. Sink into that front hip. Straighten and flex. Sink. Straighten. Sink. One more time. Straighten and sink. Framing that front foot, this time we're going to bend on that back leg and we're going to step it up. Forward fold. Maybe you grab onto those big toes, pull yourself in, keeping a nice micro bend in the knees. Tailbone reaches for the sky. Maybe your hands are just hanging, letting that upper body hang heavy. And let's slowly roll it up. Big inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Melt the four corners of the left foot on the mat. We lift that right leg up, cross it over. Coming into eagle arms. So maybe you're modifying. Maybe you bring the backs of the hands together, holding onto that thumb, or both palms together. We're going to sit back. Slow and controlled movement. Do your best. And see if you can rest your belly on the legs. Deep breath here. Slowly rise. Unravel. Melt all four corners of the right foot now. Hands to heart. We're going to cross the left leg over. Come into eagle arm. So we want to use the opposite arm on the bottom this time from what we did last time. Find your balance. Nice, slow, controlled movement. See if you can melt your belly to the thigh. Take a deep breath here. Slowly rise. Shake it out. From here, let's mount the four corners on that left foot. Hands to heart, we lift the right leg, we place it in tree pose. We place our foot where it's comfortable and where we can hold it. We're going to keep our hands at our heart center because we're going to be moving that foot out of tree pose, opening it to the side, and maybe we bring it back. So, I'll demonstrate. We're going to lift with the quad and place it back. Lift with the quad, place it back. One more time. And we come on down. Let's melt the four corners on the right foot. And if you need to use a wall or a chair to hold on to with one hand, please feel free to do so. This time we place the left foot up in tree pose. Hands to heart. Find your focus, find your balance. Take a deep breath. And we bring the left leg out. Lifting with the quad. Back to tree pose. And come on down. Shake it up. Strengthening through those hips is also going to help us in our flexibility for our middle splits and for our regular splits. So let's reach the arms overhead, big inhale. Exhale, swan dive it down. Into your forward fold. Micro bend in the knees. Coming into halfway lift. Hands come on the shins. Shoulders melt back. Chest opens. Nice long spine from crown of head to the tailbone. Inhale. Forward fold. Exhale, hands come to the mat. Coming into our high plank. And downward dog. Pedal the feet. Your legs should feel nice and warmed up now, nice and limber. So we're going to go for the splits. Let's reach the right leg overhead. Three-legged dog, inhale. Hips are squared here, so we're not here. Hips are squared. And we're going to step it up into our low lunge, lower down on the back foot. Grab your prop if you have one. You do not need one, but it is helpful. So grab your block or your pillow, maybe a rolled up blanket or towel, which will come in handy for Savasana today as well, so keep that handy. We're going to sink forward and melt back into our runner's lunge. Sink forward, melt back. One more time. And let's come into neutral. Let's place the block or the pillow or the blanket right underneath us. We're going to inch back on that back foot. You can keep the toes curled under on that back foot, or you can flatten that foot, whatever feels better. We're going to come into runner's lunge again, this time sliding forward on that front heel. Coming into your split, landing on your block or your prop. And take a deep breath. One more deep breath. And to come out of it, we're going to lift. We're going to bring the lower back leg in. And we're going to inch that leg closer and closer until we can bring both legs comfortably together, safely. And we're going to come right back into our down dog. Lift the hips, pedal the feet, take a deep breath. Hips reach for the sky. On our next breath in, left leg comes high, three-legged dog. Exhale, give yourself some height, flex that foot, step it up, lower down on that back leg. Hands come in line with that ankle and we sink forward. We melt back, runner's lunge. We sink forward, melt it back, sink forward, melt it back one more time. And let's come into neutral. Place that block underneath again. And we're going to inch back on that back leg. Again, you can keep the toes curled under or flatten the foot. Coming into runner's lunge. From here, we slide forward on that front heel, landing on our block. Sitting up nice and tall. We want a nice straight spine. And we take a few breaths here. Now, if you didn't have a prop, you would just prop up on your fingertips. To come out of it, we lift ourselves up and we bring the back lower leg in and we just inch it closer until we can comfortably bring both legs together. Move your prop out of the way and we're going to swing those legs around and lay back, one vertebrae at a time. We're going to lift the legs so that our knees are right over the hips. We lift our upper back off of the mat. We come into steeple grip. And we're going to pulse to the sky as we breathe. Hug those knees in. Take a breath. Lift the legs to the sky. You can point the feet if you'd like or flex. Back to steeple grip. And we pulse 20 times. Big breath in and hug it in. Take a breath. This time we touch our toes to the mat. We're going to lift up on that upper back. Hands down by your side. Keep a nice distance between your chin and your chest. And we're going to bring the knees in as close to the nose as possible and tap. Bring them in, tap. As we breathe. Ten more. Three more. And one. Hug it in. Those are killer. Take a deep breath. Woo-wee. Give yourself a good morning stretch. Stretch those legs out long, arms out long. You should really feel the core ignited. I figured since we did a little bit lighter of a practice today, we would do a little bit more core. Okay, last one, I promise. And we're not going to do 20 this time, okay? We're only going to do 10. Lift the legs, and we're going to reach and tap, reach and tap. Three more. Hug it in. Whew. Give yourself a back massage. Feet come up. And we open those legs wide. Let them fall open. And bring them in. Open those legs wide. Bring them in. One more time. And bring them in. Feet come down to the ground. We're going to bring the hips over to the left about an inch. Hands come out to the side, and we twist both legs over to the right. Keep both shoulder blades on the mat. Take a deep breath. Come back through center. We bring the hips over to the right an inch. And legs come over to the left side. Both shoulder blades on the mat. Come up through center. We're going to do it one more time on both sides. 1 inch over to the left. Knees drop over to the right. Twists are really good for your metabolism, your digestion, cleaning toxins from your body. Yeah, they're really awesome. And come on up. Cross the right leg over the left. We interlace the hands behind the left thigh. Both feet are flexed. We're going to pull it in towards our chest. And just give yourself a little rock back and forth. Massage the lower back. And release. This time right foot comes down, left leg crosses over. And we wrap around the right thigh, bring it in towards the chest. Both feet are flexed. And rock back and forth. This is our cool down period. This is where we're unknotting the knotted energy in our head. The final step of an asana practice. I'm learning all of this in school. So now that we're flat on our mat, we're going to come into our Savasana, or corpse pose. If you have a blanket and your dog is not laying on it, I suggest using that. Also, a throw pillow works wonderfully if your dog is laying on your blanket. And we're going to place the pillow right up against our booty so that our lower back lays on it. And open the legs as wide as your mat. This is the only time asking somebody to open their legs is appropriate. Bring the arms nice and wide out to the side. And I want you to scan your body for any tension and release any tension. So if anything feels tight and tense, just relax. We're going to start with the toes. Relax the toes. Relax the feet. Relax the ankles. Relax the shins, the knees, the thighs. Relax your glutes, your hips, your core. Relax your spine, your shoulders, your arms, your hands, your fingers. Relax your neck. Relax your jaw. Close your eyes and relax the crown of your head. We're going to lay here, breathing controlled and slow breaths for a few minutes. If you feel like giving up now, I highly suggest you stay and finish this out because our bodies need this just as much as the physical. Okay, I'm going to stop talking and go ahead and start your breathing. toes and your fingers. Just slowly waking up the body. If you want to do a good morning stretch, feel free. And we're going to gently come out of our corpse pose. You can bring both feet to the mat and roll over to the right side, coming into fetal position. And gently make your way up to a seat from there. The last thing you want to do when you come up to a seat is gently open up your eyes. We're going to finish in a seat. Feel free to sit up on a block or a pillow, or even both if you choose. That's up to you. You can crisscross applesauce or half lotus. You can sit up on a blanket or whatever you use as your prop. Shoulders come down, nice long spine. We're going to take a huge inhale as we reach the arms overhead. Hands touch as we hold the breath. And exhale, release. One more time, big inhale, reach the arms overhead. Hold the breath. And exhale, release. Hands to heart. Thank you guys so much for practicing with me today for day 16. I hope the more gentle practice was okay with you, and I hope that the longer savasanas are okay. We will be doing those more, so perfect timing. My long guy's here. Great. That really worked out well. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully, for day 17. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. All right, I'll see you guys later. Namaste. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.